What's going on, guys? It's Chad. Back on some more Only Up. So, as you guys know, I ended up beating the game a day or two ago. And, well, I was sitting there watching that gameplay and then watching other people's gameplays back. I realized that in the process of doing this whole thing, even though I said that I wouldn't speedrun, I had realized that I actually took like a 15 or 20 minute long break on that run when I got like 80 minutes, 84 minutes, whatever. I think I can beat this game in like an hour. I think. So that's my goal. If I fall though, I'm done. I want to try to beat the game in an hour though. First try, no practice, just I don't have any speedrun shit installed. Try and help myself. So when I say no practice, I don't mean like, oh, this is just my first attempt today. I mean literally I don't practice. Like Allen Iverson. So there's a UFC event starting in a couple hours from this point. Main event is Sean Strickland versus Abus Magomedov. This is one of the weirdest main events I've ever seen. Like I know that Sean Strickland is just like, he'll pretty much say yes to anything. The guy is just, I don't know, his fighting style and everything, just, it's not that entertaining, but he's active and he doesn't really seem to care about how much brain damage he takes. So, I mean, if you watch any of his interviews, you can tell he just, yeah, he does not care. He's ranked number 7 at middleweight, okay? So, most people know Sean Strickland just through getting absolutely flatlined by Alex Pereira. At least that's how I care about it. That's every single time I think of him, that's what I think of. I don't think of any of his wins. I don't think of any of his other losses or anything. No, I just think of him getting finished by Alex. Now, that sounds like an insult, but here's the thing real quick. Abus Magomedov, literally, I don't have anything that I can remember him for other than the front kick KO that he has in the UFC, because that's literally his only fight in the UFC. So he's 1-0 in the UFC, 25-4-1. He's 32 years old. So I mean, he's experienced, but we just don't really know what level this guy is. You know what I mean? So this guy is completely unranked. His last win was over another unranked fighter, and then all of a sudden he's getting a main event. It's kind of odd. Now, obviously, they could just really want some new blood over at you know, middleweight, and that makes complete sense to me. This might be too fast for Abus. It's not that Sean Strickland is really dangerous, but Sean Strickland is really tough. He puts on pressure, and he definitely goes and fights, you know, your gas tank. And since it's also a main event, it's 5 rounds. This leans into Sean Strickland heavily. Not only is he a ranked fighter, not only does he have more experience fighting higher level competition as far as we know, his style also is like not bad at all matching up into Abus. Abus is definitely dangerous on the feet, clearly. That's his biggest thing, but just not fought at this level before. Under the circumstances, the spotlight, all that shit. Now, it's just a fight night. It's not like it's gonna be crazy or anything, so. But outside of the main event, I'm actually not even as excited for the main event. Like overall, this card, even though it's not a pay-per-view or anything like that, I'm not even gonna call this a sleeper card. This card is actually filled with a bunch of like prospects and names that I'm super interested in. The main event is Damir Ismagulov had an insanely high level fight with Arman Sarukian. So anyone that's sitting there competing at a high level with Arman, and these guys are at next level. He's fighting Grant Dawson. I mean, Grant Dawson is, if he loses to Grant Dawson, I mean, that loss to Arman just really just pushed Damir off the edge, because Damir was completely undefeated. He should absolutely win this fight. Definitely beat Grant Dawson. Then Max Griffin versus Michael Morales. Michael Morales is another fighter who is like up and coming, looks super, super dangerous, confident, looked good in his last fight. He really did. A lot of these guys had like great showings in their last fights, or like show a lot of potential at least. We know Damir is good, even though he lost. I basically give him the same benefit of the doubt that I gave Arman when he lost to Islam. Like clearly these guys are like a different level. It's a different caliber. So losing at that level, it doesn't really say too much. It's a good measuring stick, but it doesn't say like, oh, they lost that fight, they're bad. I don't think Grant Dawson has fought anyone near this level. Then Ismail Bonfim, he's probably the one that I'm most excited about. He ended up knocking out Terrence McKinney when he stepped in last time. I'm pretty sure it was either short notice or just like people were questioning like who Bonfim even was. I can't remember what it was, but I thought McKinney had that shit in the bag, and then I saw, and Bonfim is just so clean, so crispy. Hey, I'm getting terrible launches on these windmills, but it is what it is. Falling is the worst thing I can do. So main event, I mean, I want Abus to win, to be honest. Like, I'd love to see some new blood. On top of that, Sean Strickland, he just doesn't, we've already watched him lose to Alex Pereira. We're gonna land on the truck. Okay, that works. Bonfim is fighting Benoit Saint Denis, I think that's how you say his name. I hate fucking people's names up. Good launch. Nice. All right, cool. Even on the prelims, I think the early prelims are opening up with Alexander Romanov, who's literally like, this guy is known. Guy was just undefeated. Then he fought Alexander Volkov, who actually has good takedown defense and a ton of experience. Alexander Romanov basically made an entire career off of just bum rushing people immediately in the first round, but not by like throwing power. He immediately bum rushes you and then takes you down over and over and over again, slams you, and then just smashes you on the ground. So this guy is basically known to blow all of his energy by just like doing a bunch of takedowns, because he thinks, I don't know, takedowns do an insane amount of damage or something. I'm not saying they don't, but you know, could be better. So when somebody has some takedown defense for him, he struggles badly, because it seems like that's the only thing that he has. Now, he also didn't show up in good shape this time around. I'm pretty sure he bulked, which I don't know if I agree with that, especially when cardio was definitely his weakest thing about him. But maybe it's not so bad if he actually paces himself, but who knows? Once this dude gets on a leg, he does not let go, and he just blows everything trying to get them down. But he's fighting Blagoy Ivanov, who isn't really like that insane, and I don't think that Blagoy will be able to actually defend the takedown, so I think that this is just a reset fight for Alexander. Now, hey, listen, if he loses to Blagoy, it's over. That's unfortunate. Who else is there? Guram. Guram is back. Guram Kutataladze. Fighting Brenner. I don't think I remember that much about Brenner. Guram is another one of those fighters that are similar to like Arman and Demir and all these guys that are just on the newer side. They're younger. They're insanely good, highly touted before they were even in the UFC type shit. Woo! Alright, hey, last spot I landed too. I had one playthrough that I tried to do on here, like I think afterwards, where I actually landed all the way up there. Also, my time when I got to the first marker was like almost 30 minutes though. I think it was like 29, 28 minutes, something like that. I landed right here. Such a good one. Guram is just high level everywhere. High level striking, high level grappling. It's just, I don't know. Maybe Brenner is much better than I'm thinking. Maybe the time off for Guram has, you know, not done him well. Who knows? Anything can happen. Boom, yeah, look at that. 14 minutes. Massive improvements. If I took like a 15, 20-minute break up there, and if I reach this spot like 15 minutes later on my last run, I'm making insane time. Like, I could beat my time by at least 30 minutes, theoretically. I think I also made like a giant mistake where I fell off the globe at one point, right? I'm pretty sure I did. There's also that one insane skip where you can like bounce on that balloon over there and then land on the top of this thing instead, but I've never done that before. Yana Santos, who actually looks pretty good, is against Carol Rosa. I think Yana's gonna win that shit. She's really crispy from what I remember. Kevin Lee is back. Good for Kevin. Thought he was with Eagle FC. I don't know what happened there. Always love some classic Kevin Lee. Dude has a bunch of experience, obviously. His brother, Keith Lee, the dude on TikTok that's like always reviewing food and shit like that. He's fighting Hanat Fakhradinov. Fortunately for Kevin, I think that Hanat's gonna win that fight. I mean, again, like I'm saying, these guys are just, they're different, man. I don't know. I don't remember who the last person Kevin Lee fought was, and Kevin Lee just has this thing. Over the years, Kevin Lee has always had this thing where like he looks good and then he doesn't, and then he looks good and then he doesn't. He's very, it's inconsistent. It's weird. It's almost like he fights to the level of his opponent, which, you know, when he's fighting a high level opponent does go well, you would think. Yeah, along with people saying like, oh, so-and-so got this time, this person got this time, because everybody's playing the game. I know you said you weren't gonna speed run, but, and I'm still not. I'm really just trying to beat my own record. If I can get sub 1 hour, I would be very, very happy with that. Boom. All right. A little bit of a breather. I'm almost level 95 over on Diablo at this point. Honestly, if I sit down and I'm just like watching the fights and just grinding Diablo, could hit 100. Say about 90% of my leveling was done completely solo. I could definitely hit 100 if I actually queued with a party, but I don't know if I will or not. If I can level up this consistently multiple times a day in the 90s at this point, doing all of these, you know, nightmare dungeons, I'm doing like tier 50, tier 55 nightmare dungeons. Also, Sorcerer is, I think, the most popular class in the game by like 1% or something like that. It's actually really evenly distributed, which is nice. All the classes are pretty evenly played. So you see a good variety of a bunch of different classes, but it's more about the builds of the classes that actually change. I'm just typical Ice Shard Sorcerer. Wait, they removed the hat that was over here. Oh, right, yeah, so this game actually ended up changing a little bit. It got like a 4 or 5 gig update because they had to remove some assets that were copywritten. So yeah, this game is literally just a bunch of stolen assets just like stacked on top of each other. And I know some people are some type of way about it. They're like, ah, you're stealing things, fuck this guy, blah, blah, blah. But it's a fun game, relax. Even this is different. Like, this is not how it looked before leading up to this. The bookshelves changed. This is a great pace in comparison to what I was doing before. I'm pretty sure I was at like 40 minutes at this point, probably. Oh yeah, this is way different. It's more solid. It looks different too. I really hope that there's not some weird shit that I've never seen before here. That's making me nervous. So with Wizard literally being like the most popular class in the game, and it's by like 1% to be honest, so it's not like massively more popular than other classes. It's also the weakest class in the game. All right, let's see if we can do this. Last time I sprinted and jumped to the world. This time I'm gonna, you know, walk. Oh, beautiful. Good, 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 Jason. Good job. Yeah, so as you guys can see, Waifu is gone. That's what everybody calls it. Waifu is gone. The giant statue that was standing here before is also copywritten and completely gone. So Waifu skip no longer exists. Now, I guess if you want to try to match the speedrun times, you have to try to land on like one of these objects, which is, I'm sure it's not too much harder, but that definitely affects the run. But also doing that giant skip with that bed is also a massive skip in general over all of that shit over there, which I also did in my last run. So yeah, I don't remember all this. This was not like this before. Not doing dragon skip or any of that shit. Again, I don't practice it. I don't even have the tools installed to do it. This is way different. What the fuck? Wait, there's no more cork skip. It's just stairs. And the worst part about it is I cannot stand these stairs. These assets are so bad, too. That's crazy, too. Imagine being possessive over shit assets. I mean, obviously, they hold some value. I mean, they stole them, right? Yeah, there's no more cork at all, actually. It's just right onto the ship. All right. Cool. Oh, man. Imagine Abus just destroys Strickland in the first or some shit like that. There's no way. I don't see Abus having, like, 5-round cardio. I just don't see it. But it would be crazy to have, like, a newfound talent just bust into middleweight because middleweight especially is just... It's been the same for a while. Obviously, we've had the good, cool shit going on with Adesanya being one of, if not the biggest star in the UFC, but also, I don't think that McGregor's gonna fight this year just from the looks of it. I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure he's not in the USADA pool, and I'm pretty sure you have to be in there for 6 months. USADA also warned him that you have to be in there for 6 months, so I don't know how that's gonna work. Now, that's what USADA is saying. The UFC have actually worked out shit before to get people that are clearly juicing into fights on short notices, like Brock Lesnar. Mark Hunt literally sued them for it. With their knowledge, allowed Brock Lesnar to fight, juice to the gills against Mark Hunt, just because they wanted to sell. That shit is illegal. Grab it! Grab it! Grab the tree then. That works too. Fine. Okay, now champagne bottle. I'm so scared of that orca skip though. Yeah, I'm definitely not landing on that. Wait, oh no, the bed is there. Okay, it's just different. Everything is different. All right, whatever. It's fine. We don't get that skip. I'll have to do this. I'm not sure of the angle that you're supposed to hit that at. If I knew the angle, I'd be, you know, in there, but is this different? Dude, okay, they changed it. Things are different. I swear they're different. I really hope it didn't make shit harder or too much easier either. Man, that sucks. All right, now we gotta do the scary bridge. We just basically need to play leapfrog. I mean, this is record time. I mean, we're getting there. This is record time for me. Easily record time for me. Also, I've been doing some workouts on my arms, and this area right here is killing me. Kills me every time. This area in general hurts me so bad. I always imagine what kind of insane shape I would be in if I stayed in jiu-jitsu this whole time. I would have been doing jiu-jitsu for like well over 10 years at that point. I could be a fucking black belt right now. We'll have to settle for blue belt like everyone else. I always thought brown belt looked the coolest over black belt. I don't know why. Like every time I was rolling with people and I got to a brown belt, I was more intimidated for some reason. All right, we're in orca. What are you? No. 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 Oh, wait, under. Wait. The bed is over here. Oh, okay, hold on. Ah, that's such a bad fuck up. Okay, hey, a little bit of a time loss right there. That was close. That could have been catastrophic. Final stretch. Now, so long as we don't fall on Beanstalk, like, in some horrible way. Yeah, I'm thinking, like... Yeah, sub 1 hour is definitely doable. I was thinking, man, what if I got like a sub 40? But so a lot of people were asking what I did on this this beanstalk. So I came over here, climbed up this shit, climbed up here, jumped over this gate, and then you go over here, and you can actually like jump around this tree and roll up the beanstalk here. And then when it stops you, stand up, and then just run up. You just have to go there and roll, which is tapping control twice, I think. Now, as so long as that laptop doesn't fuck me, because that laptop is bad. That laptop is bad. I've seen a lot of people fall there. That laptop is a troll. Fuck. I hate that. That's a game of chance right there. Oh, they put the pizza box on the edge right there. You didn't need to. Once I make it up to like that space plateau, I'm home free. Every fuck up there, I don't think is catastrophic. A fuck up here could be catastrophic. If I fall through the maze, I'm gonna cry. Oh, chill out, dragon. Jump on this stuff. Skip this. All right, I'm gonna run up this, and then up this skinny thing. Jump onto that. Okay, I'll just go the regular way now. I think there's more ways to skip, but I'm just gonna go regular. Things are in like slightly different order, I swear, or I'm just remembering it all wrong. Oh! Home sweet home. Home free. Fucking up here, I don't think it really means much.
This giant is like my father, just as scary and huge, but in fact useless and worthless.
Same. Oh, good job. Yes! I mean, I'm crushing my time. I mean, I knew I would beat the time, but I didn't know how badly I would beat it. All right. Final stretch. Bounce up here. Pretty much the last risky thing to do.
We are in this world to gain experience, and in order to gain experience, we need to move forward.
Yes.
So the meaning of life is unlike this.
Woo! I knew I would crush this shit. No massive mistakes in this whole thing. I knew I'd crush this shit. Dude, I literally chopped the time in half. All right, so we improved our time from like 80 minutes, 84 minutes to 45 minutes. 45 minutes, man. Oh, so clean. So clean. Much, much better. Beautiful. I really hope the audio was recording that time and everything wasn't scuffed. I can't believe I ever doubted myself. Anyway, yeah, thank you guys so much for all the love and support on all of these, you know, only up videos. I don't know really where to go from here, other than trying to get faster and faster times, but I think I've achieved what I've wanted. Again, UFC Fight Night, Sean Strickland versus Abus Magomedov. I think Strickland will win, but I kind of want Magomedov to actually win. Damir Ismagulov versus Grant Dawson. I got Damir. Max Griffin against Michael Morales. I got Michael Morales. Ismail Bonfim versus Benoit Saint Denis. I'm going to take Bonfim. Kevin Lee against Hanat Fakhretdinov. I'm going with Hanat. Going with Yana Santos over Carol Rosa. Going with Guram Kutateladze over Brenner. And I'm picking Alexander Romanov over Ivanov. GG's.